Are you a student who wants to sound more natural in English? Or maybe you're preparing for school, college, or university life in the US or abroad. In this video, I'll share 200 powerful English sentences that you can use every single day in your academic journey. From classrooms to libraries, exams to graduation, I've got you covered. By the end, you'll feel confident, fluent, and ready for any situation in school or university life. Let's get started. Let's start with the basics, the essential sentences you'll need inside a classroom. These are polite, simple, and super useful every single day. Good morning, teacher. A polite way to greet your teacher when the class begins. Good morning, everyone. Use this to greet your classmates as you enter the classroom. May I come in? Always ask this politely if you arrive late. May I sit here? Use this when you want to confirm if a seat is free. Can I borrow your pen? A casual way to ask a friend for stationery. Could you lend me a pencil, please? A more polite version for formal situations. I don't understand. Could you explain again? Very useful when the lesson feels unclear. Could you speak more slowly, please? Helps you follow the teacher if the pace is too fast. Excuse me, may I ask a question? Perfect when you want to raise a doubt. I need some help with this exercise. Use this when you want support in solving problems. What does this word mean? For vocabulary you don't know. How do you spell that? Helpful for writing new words correctly. Could you please repeat that? A very polite way to ask again. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Use this if the teacher's voice was unclear. Can you show me how to do it? A request for a practical demonstration. Is this correct? Ask this when checking your answer. Should we write this down? Use this when unsure if you need to take notes. Do we need to submit this homework tomorrow? A very common classroom question. When is the test? Always useful to ask about exam schedules. Can you explain the assignment again? To make sure you understand the task. Now let's look at sentences that you can use when talking directly with your teachers. These will help you sound confident and respectful. Excuse me, may I speak with you for a moment? A polite way to get your teacher's attention. Could I ask you something about today's lesson? Shows curiosity and interest in learning. I didn't understand this part. Could you explain it again? A very natural request for clarification. Can you give me an example, please? Useful when the concept feels abstract. Could you recommend a book for extra practice? A good way to show initiative. I'm having difficulty with this topic. What should I do? Helps the teacher guide you. Can I meet you after class to discuss this? Shows respect for their time. When are your office hours? Common in universities to know when you can meet professors. I couldn't finish the homework on time. What should I do? A polite way to admit a problem. Could I have an extension for this assignment? Useful if you need more time. I will be absent tomorrow. Could you please share the notes? Helps you stay updated. Can you tell me what chapters we should prepare for the test? Keeps your study focused. Do you have any tips for writing better essays? Shows genuine interest in improvement. Could you check if my answer is correct? A great way to confirm your work. I found this topic very interesting. Could you suggest more resources? Impresses teachers with curiosity. I'm worried about my grades. How can I improve? Shows responsibility and honesty. Thank you for your feedback. I'll work on it. A polite response to corrections. I really appreciate your help. A simple but powerful sentence to show gratitude. This class has been very helpful for me. Encourages and motivates your teacher. I've learned a lot from your teaching. Thank you. A respectful way to end a conversation. Now let's focus on teamwork. Here are useful sentences you can use when working with classmates on group assignments and projects. Let's divide the work equally. A fair way to start a group project. Who wants to take the introduction part? Useful when planning presentations. I can work on the research section. Volunteering for a role. Could you handle the design part? Asking a teammate to take responsibility. Let's set a deadline for this task. Helps keep everyone on track. Shall we meet after class to discuss this? Arranging group discussions. Let's create a WhatsApp/Discord group for updates. For easy communication. Can you share your notes with the team? Keeps everyone aligned. Do you think this idea will work? Inviting opinions. Let's vote and decide. A democratic way to make decisions. Could you present this part during the presentation? Assigning speaking roles. Let's practice once before the final presentation. A must for smooth delivery. I think we should add some visuals. Improving the quality of the project. Can we keep it short and simple? A reminder to avoid overcomplicating. That's a great idea. Let's include it. Encouraging a teammate. I don't completely agree. Can we discuss another option? A polite way to disagree. We need to submit this before the deadline. Keeping the team disciplined. Let's rehearse one more time. For building confidence. Thanks everyone for working so hard. Appreciating the team. Great job, team. We did it. A positive way to end the project. Now let's look at sentences you'll need inside the library, one of the most important places in school and university life. Excuse me, where can I find this book? Asking the librarian for help. Could you please tell me the section for science books? For locating categories. Is this book available right now? Checking availability. I would like to borrow this book. Standard phrase for issuing a book. How many days can I keep this book? Important for deadlines. When is the due date for this book? To avoid late fees. Can I renew this book, please? Asking to extend the borrowing time. Do I need to return this in person? Clarifying return procedure. Could you recommend some books on this topic? Getting suggestions from the librarian. Where is the reading section? For finding a quiet study spot. Is there a computer I can use here? Asking about facilities. Can I print some pages here? Useful in many university libraries. Sorry, is this seat taken? Before sitting at a desk. Could you please lower your voice? Politely asking for silence. Can I study with my group here? Asking about group study rules. Do you have past exam papers available? Very helpful for practice. Is there a fine if I return this late? Checking the rules. I lost my library card. What should I do? Common problems students face. Could you help me search this title in the system? Using catalog assistance. Thank you for your help. Always a polite way to end. Exams can be stressful, but the right sentences will help you communicate clearly and confidently with your teachers and classmates. When is the exam scheduled? Always the first important question. What topics will be included in the exam? To prepare correctly. How many questions will there be? Clarifying the format. Will it be multiple choice or written answers? Understanding exam style. How much time will we get? Time management is crucial. Can we use calculators in this exam? Asking about allowed tools. Are we allowed to bring dictionaries? Another common rule question. Could you please repeat the instructions? For clarity during the test. Excuse me, may I have an extra sheet of paper? A very useful request. Can I use the restroom? Always politely asked during exams. I didn't understand this question. Could you explain it? For clarification. Should we answer all the questions or only some? Clarifying requirements. Are diagrams necessary in this answer? To know how detailed to be. Do we need to write in pen or pencil? Small but important detail. How many marks is this question worth? Helps decide how much to write. Is spelling important in this exam? Useful for language tests. When will the results be announced? A question every student asks. I'm nervous about this test. A natural way to share feelings with a friend. Good luck on your exam. Encouraging classmates. I hope I did well. A common phrase after finishing. University life is full of lectures, seminars, and discussions. Here are sentences that will help you take part actively and sound confident. Excuse me, is this seat taken? Common before a lecture begins. Do we need to sign the attendance sheet? A typical university question. Could you share the lecture slides with us? Many professors provide materials. Is this topic included in the exam? Helps you focus while studying. Could you please explain that theory in simpler terms? Great for clarity. Can you recommend some articles on this subject? A good way to deepen knowledge. Do we need to read this book before the next class? Staying prepared. Can I record this lecture? Common in universities for revision. Sorry, could you repeat that point? Always useful when taking notes. What's the main difference between these two concepts? Encourages deeper understanding. Can you give a real-life example of this? Makes theory easier to grasp. Is group discussion part of this seminar? To know the format. Do we need to prepare a presentation for this course? Very common in higher studies. How should we structure the research paper? Academic writing support. When is the deadline for submitting the project? Keeps you on track. Are references required in the assignment? Checking academic rules. Will there be participation marks for this seminar? Many professors give credit for speaking. Can I email you if I have more questions? Professional communication. Thank you for clarifying. That really helped. Shows respect and appreciation. This seminar was very informative. A polite way to end the session. School and university life isn't only about studying. Making friends and enjoying campus life is just as important. Here are useful sentences for social situations. Hi, what's your major? A great way to start a conversation at university. Where are you from? A friendly way to get to know someone. Do you want to grab lunch together? Common for making plans. Are you free this evening? Asking about someone's availability. Let's meet at the cafeteria. A simple plan with classmates. Would you like to join our study group? Inviting someone to learn together. Are you part of any clubs on campus? Asking about extracurriculars. I'm interested in joining the debate club. Sharing your interest. Do you play any sports? A good way to bond. Let's go watch the football game this weekend. Making social plans. Can I add you on Instagram? A casual way to stay connected. What's your phone number? Another way to keep in touch. Are you going to the campus festival? Talking about events. Let's hang out after class. Inviting a friend casually. Do you want to study together before the exam? Mixing social and academic life. I really enjoy spending time with you. A nice compliment for a friend. You're a great friend. Building positive relationships. Thanks for helping me out. Showing appreciation. See you tomorrow. A simple goodbye to friends. Take care and have a great day. A polite closing sentence. Living in a dorm or hostel is a big part of student life. Here are sentences that will help you communicate better with roommates and friends in shared housing. Hi, I'm your new roommate. A friendly way to introduce yourself. Which bed is mine? Useful on the first day in a dorm. Do you mind if I open the window? Asking politely about comfort. Can I borrow your charger for a while? A common student request. Please let me know if I'm being too loud. Shows respect for roommates. What time do you usually sleep? To adjust with your roommate's schedule. Let's keep the room clean. A polite way to suggest cooperation. Can we share the cleaning duties? For fairness in chores. Where do you usually eat your meals? Talking about daily routines. Is there a laundry room in this hostel? Important for new students. Can you show me how to use the washing machine? Practical and common. Is the Wi-Fi working for you? A sentence every student asks. Do you want to order food together? A friendly way to bond. Let's split the cost of this item. Useful for shared purchases. Sorry, I need some quiet to study. A polite request during study time. Can you turn down the volume, please? For noise control. Do you want to watch a movie tonight? Social bonding with roommates. Are visitors allowed in this hostel? Asking about rules. Thanks for being a great roommate. A kind and positive sentence. Living here has been a fun experience. Expressing appreciation. Academic discussions are an important part of school and university life. These sentences will help you share your thoughts clearly and respectfully. In my opinion, this idea is correct. A polite way to give your view. I agree with your point. Showing support in a discussion. That's an interesting perspective. A respectful way to respond. I see what you mean. Acknowledging someone's idea. I partly agree, but I also think. A balanced response. I'm not sure I agree with that. A polite way to disagree. Could you explain your point again? Asking for clarity. Do you have any examples to support that? Encouraging deeper thinking. Let's focus on the main topic. Keeping the discussion on track. That's a strong argument. Praising someone's reasoning. What's your opinion on this? Inviting others to join. I'd like to add something to your point. Building on an idea. I respectfully disagree. A very polite way to oppose. The evidence suggests otherwise. Useful in debates. Can we look at another perspective? Introducing variety in views. Let's compare both ideas before deciding. Promotes fair judgment. I think we should consider the advantages. Adding balance to the discussion. I think we should also consider the disadvantages. Looking at the other side. That's a valid point. Respectful acknowledgement. This discussion has been really helpful. Ending on a positive note. School and university life eventually lead to graduation and planning the future. Here are useful sentences for those moments. When is the graduation ceremony? A common question for final year students. Have you collected your graduation gown? Talking about preparations. I'm so excited for graduation day. Sharing emotions. Congratulations on graduating. A must say to classmates. We finally made it. Expressing relief and joy. Let's take a group photo. Capturing memories. I'll really miss this place. Expressing feelings at the end of studies. Thank you to all my teachers and friends. Showing gratitude. What are your plans after graduation? A natural question. I'm applying for a master's program. Talking about future studies. I'm preparing for job interviews. Career-focused sentence. I got a job offer from a company. Sharing exciting news. I'm planning to study abroad. Talking about global opportunities. I want to start my own business. Expressing entrepreneurial goals. I'm still deciding what to do next. Honest and relatable. Let's stay in touch after graduation. Keeping friendships alive. Can I have your email address? For professional connections. Add me on LinkedIn. Networking for career growth. Best of luck for your future. A polite and kind farewell. This is not the end. It's a new beginning. A motivational closing line. We've just gone through 200 powerful English sentences for school and university life, covering classrooms, teachers, exams, libraries, social life, dormitories, discussions, and even graduation. These are real, practical sentences that you can start using immediately in your daily academic journey. Remember, fluency doesn't come overnight. The key is consistent practice. Try using 5 to 10 of these sentences every day in real conversations with your teachers, classmates, and friends. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. Whether you're greeting your professor, asking for help in the library, preparing for exams, or planning your future after graduation, these sentences will help you sound confident, polite, and fluent in English. Now it's your turn. Which sentence from today's lesson was your favorite? Comment below and share it with me. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more lessons like this. Thank you so much for watching, and best of luck in your studies and your future. Remember, every sentence you learn brings you one step closer to fluency. See you in the next video.